Glencairn Museum was built by craftspeople hired by Raymond and Mildred Pitcairn between 1928 and 1939. It looks like a medieval castle, but it was actually the private home of the Pitcairns and their 9 children. Now, it's a museum with ancient art and religious artifacts from all around the world. In this series, we're going to be talking about stained glass. Stained glass is a material that has been made all over the world throughout time, but we're going to be focusing on stained glass windows made in medieval Europe, a period of history that lasted from about 500 CE to 1500 CE. I'm in a room in the museum with all sorts of tools used to make stained glass. If I was a medieval glazier, before I did anything else, I would need to make a cartoon of what I wanted my final product to look like. A cartoon is a full-scale drawing of a stained glass window. A glazier is somebody who works with stained glass. So, as a medieval glazier, I make my cartoon and I mark out where I want all the shapes and colors of glass to be so that I have a plan. The glass itself begins in a container called a crucible. I would put sand, ash, and other ingredients in here and heat it to very high temperatures until it became a molten mixture that would cool into a sheet of clear glass. When craftspeople were working on the stained glass here at Glencairn, they read in a medieval German manuscript that heating stained glass above 3,000 degrees would cause it to become cloudy and not let any light through. Once my glass was molten, I would have a clear sheet of glass, like this. But if I wanted to add some color to it, I could use natural materials like iron, copper, silver, or even gold. Once your glass was cooled into a flat sheet, you could take it and put it over your cartoon, cut out the exact shapes you would need, like this one here. Then you might use black paint to add details like a person's face or a bit of shading. Once all your pieces were ready, you could connect them with a metal called lead. Then it would be put into an iron frame to stabilize it, and then it could be installed in a building. I'm standing in front of 3 stained glass windows, each with an image of a different church leader. Notice how many different shades of yellow there are in these windows. Some is golden, almost orange, while other parts are much paler. This paler yellow is created through a process called silver staining. When a medieval glazier wanted to silver stain a piece of glass, they would start with a piece of clear glass and paint a silver compound on it. A silver compound is a combination of silver and another element, so something like silver nitrate or silver oxide. When this clear painted glass was fired in a kiln and heated up, it would result in this pale yellow. Instead of talking about the figures in this window, we're actually going to talk about the border around them. It's a border made of white glass with black patterns painted on it. This is a type of glass called grisaille glass. Grisaille glass is black and white glass with typically simple patterns that we can often find decorating medieval stained glass windows. Grisaille comes from a word that means gray. Occasionally, medieval glaziers would add silver stain to their grisaille glass to add just a bit of color. Thank you so much for joining me to talk about the creation of stained glass windows. If you'd like to learn more about stained glass windows in medieval Europe, you can check out the other videos in this series about divine beings in stained glass, morals in stained glass, and celebrations in stained glass. If you'd like to learn more about Glencairn Museum, you can visit glencairnmuseum.org.